This is Matt, co-founder of Metafide, calling in today on a nice Memorial Day, May 25th at 9:33 a.m. Good to see everyone. I got my Memorial Day swag on. I got a little Buc-ee's over here. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is, it's a gas station with a Walmart that's on steroids. There's probably 100 gas pumps over there. They serve fresh brisket. They got everything from house furniture to candy to fudge. It's the American wet dream over there. So good, got to represent Walmart on steroids. But Yeti, how you doing today? How's your Memorial Day?
Yeah, good man. It's just been, we don't. I mean, Memorial Day is doesn't really happen here, but it's been pretty good. Just spent the weekend with soccer with the kids. Just discovered this game that heaps of fun. Poker. I'm a big fan of poker. I found this game that's similar to poker, but mix of poker and Magic the Gathering, which is pretty good. Yeah, and just kicking off the supercharge session, which is always fun at the start of the week to get back into it.
Very nice, man. We're glad those kids are out there having some fun, messing around.
Oh man, so much soccer this weekend. It was like a gala, so it was I went to 12 games of soccer or something.
Are they still in the times where it's just a pack of kids running around as a pack of kids?
Yeah, but so it's under sixes. My kid is 6. So he's just turned 6. And I thought it was going to be heaps more a ball running around, just a ball of kids running around the oval. But they're actually not bad at finding space, and they've got his team has got these 2 players that are just so good for their age. They're and they've obviously just heaps into the they've got older brothers that play it, and they watch it and stuff because they go and do this 5-year-old kid younger than my son who goes he does the slide kicks in and then gets up and runs off cheering he's the classic he's just seen the performance of it and knows what you
That's pretty good, man. Yeah, kids got a lot of content out there.
So they've been nailing the other teams because of it, because of these other kids on the
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been ridiculous. 13-1 and stuff.
Oops. Made you too big on here. I'm trying to adjust the screen. This one big, but I wanted to move these around.
Now we're gone.
I realized. Wait.
Now we're not even there.
Yeah, I'm trying.
We're gonna do Swarm today, are we?
Yes, we are. Wait, now I messed up everything. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's either make you huge, make this one big, but bring us back. I don't know how to do that right now. Let's see. No, that doesn't make sense.
There I am. I can see myself on the live leaderboard.
All right.
Battling myself.
Let me fix this. I'm going to stop doing this. Reshare this. All right. So let's explain to everyone what we got going on over here. So, guys, we got a new game that's coming out called Swarm. So Yeti and I are going to do some testing, a little playing around on it today. So Swarm's a little bit different of a game. We got a perpetual line going over here. This ends every 10 seconds, though. You're trying to predict the price of Bitcoin on a 10-second span. You have 8,640 games a day, and you can play with as little as a penny or work your way up. And this one's about building bots or using one of our prefix bots. So I'll show you how to do that over here. So once you get into the game, you'll go to the bot section. You could choose any of these bots. We got Outlier, Ace, Edger, Black Swan, Crash Out, Moon Boy. But I'm going to go with Leroy Jenkins because that's one of my favorites. We're going to do 8 dots over here. And I'm going to have them put them out maybe all the way out to the 6 second. And I'll start the bot. And bam, there it goes. So now I'm putting some positions down in the game. Placed a bunch at the 0 second, it looks like. And we are in the game right now. So there I am. There's Yeti. You can see our positions going in over there. And the positions that are closest to the price and the earliest in the game are usually the ones that are winners. And I can go to the build section over here if you want to figure out how to build a bot on your own. So you could basically go in here, get the template, get the wallet page from Metafide where you could copy your API key, put it in there, customize a bot, put in this prompt, and you're good to go. So there you guys go. And this is the new game. So go in there and check it out. Looks like it's a lot of fun.
Alrighty. Are you in? I can't see
Yeah.
you in the... Oh, yeah. I'm not in now, am I? What's going on? Oh, yep, there I am. Was I in there? So I was just on out of that page in the standard spot on page. Did it keep playing? Can you tell
No, it
me
did
if it?
not.
Oh, I can watch your thing here, I guess. Let's see. I'm off that page now. I guess next game we'll see. Oh yeah, no, I'm still in there.
Very good. We'll go into the news that's going on out there today, you know.
Yeah, what the hell? What the hell? I need to look up. I only just found out about it from you, so I need to look it up.
Yeah, so let's go into that.
Oh my god! Sorry, I've just been distracted by the. Oh man, it would take too long to explain, but a political thing that's just happened here. Very funny. So we've got to like there's this rise of this new party here, or not new. The party's been around for like decades, but they've just been very fringe kind of party until just recently, and now they're polling higher than one of the two majors, and so they're kind of a far right party, like anti-immigration, like pro, like they have this like act of like being for the little guy, but like the head of the party's flying around in a private jet that's given to her by the richest Australian, Gina Reinhart, who's like this like Jabba the Hutt style like villain of a woman.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so they like, but their whole thing is like like conservative, like socially conservative, and like anti-immigration, and they just got someone elected, and he's on his opening speech he's broken down crying about how he's an openly gay man and the love of his life is an Indonesian migrant. So good.
That's always the best one. That's always like the priest, right? That like is like one of the megachurch priests, and then he goes about preaching about how like it's bad to do this or that, and that's the devil, and then they find him like smoking crack with like some like gay prostitute.
I mean, this seems much more wholesome. This seems just like he's like,
Yeah,
I don't know, but it's like just so not what the people that would have voted for him would have. Like, I love it. It's great.
it's good. It's like
I can't stand the party, but this is good.
maybe it'll make him realize some change is good.
Yeah. Oh well, I think they've just like, because they're new in a way, like they just have like this like unprecedented level of popular support now. I don't think they really know who they've got running in a lot of cases, and so I think they're going to end up with a lot of people that aren't as bad as what you would expect from them, just because they haven't been able to like vet them to make sure they're that bad.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's pretty funny.
All right, look up the Gnosis, Steve.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. So I always thought multi-sig wallets were safe. I don't think this was a hack on the multi-safe, but there was an ongoing exploit targeted from the Squid router module on Ethereum and Base. So 86 Gnosis safes drained for $3 million in 2 hours. All tokens were swapped to DAI via attacker-controlled Uniswap v3 pools. The root cause was the Squid router module executes same chain actions vulnerabilities. So I guess the attacker deployed Foundry-based exploit contracts that called the module's delegate bundler path to impersonate authorized delegates on victim safes. This allowed executing arbitrary Uniswap v3 swaps from each safe, swapping real assets for a worthless attacker-deployed token. So the attacker preceded Uniswap v3 pools, pairing U against target tokens, removed liquidity post-drain, and converted all proceeds to $3.07 million of DAI.
So it's a third-party like Squid Router module that was exploited. So it wasn't actually even a Squid Router deployment.
Oh my goodness!
It was like someone deployed saying, a third party deployed saying on Squid Router, and they accepted a caller supplied constant string as proof that a message was secure, which allowed them to then execute an array of arbitrary call data, stealing funds at will. So their victim safe had added the faulty contract as a trusted safe module, which then gave them the ability to spend any tokens in the safe without signatures. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's unfortunate for them.
I'm off. I'm not in the game anymore. What's going on? There I am.
I think,
So I
yeah,
need to
maybe you
have the
exited out.
window. When I'm searching on Twitter, it just knocked me out of it.
Yeah. Are you still playing in the other game? Do you know?
Yeah, I've set a bot playing in the other game.
Very nice. Yeah, I think when you exit out of this and you're using one of these bots, then it exits you out, so you have to keep the screen like actually open. Which will adjust as time goes on, you know, it's just brand new, so.
Let's see what happens when I I'll just go over here and see if that. Do I need to actually like have it open all the time?
I think so. At the moment right now, yeah.
Like, is it, and it isn't like I need to be on it all the time as well?
Yeah.
Not just like have it open.
Yeah, you do.
Damn. All right.
Unfortunately. But we'll adjust that as time goes on.
Yep.
That's too bad though about Gnosis.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it's a like a Gnosis problem, right?
Yeah, but
It sounds like
like
it's like an
Gnosis safe
operator.
not being so safe, you know.
Yeah, operator error though. I mean, like,
Yeah.
not a. That doesn't seem like it's. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's never said that it's like you can't possibly fuck it up. It's like if you give someone access to it, they're still going to be able to take your funds.
It's definitely hacking season though. CoinDesk put an alert out that there's security researchers identifying a malware campaign dubbed Trapdoor, so targeting crypto developers' environments for Aptos, Sui, and Solana, with 34 malicious packages designed to steal SSH keys and wallet credentials.
Yeah, right.
So everyone be safe out there.
But not Gnosis safe.
Not Gnosis safe, yeah. But it seems like with all this AI stuff, it's just made hacking easier for people.
Yep.
So we'll have to check in on that.
What the fuck? I can't two-factor auth into my Twitter. What is going on? It keeps rejecting my.
I wonder what's going on. They said, you're not Yeti.
My codes just keep changing. Like, it's like they're there for a second, and then they're like totally different. And I look back at my phone.
Oh, Twitter.
This is fucking bullshit.
Maybe you're not fast enough out there. No.
It's not even saying it's wrong. It's saying an unexpected error occurred.
Cointelegraph also reported the new CFTC officials who raised concerns about prediction markets were suspended and pushed out of the agency per New York Times investigation. It's very weird that 5 of the board members had left, only leaving 1 remaining board member. Well, of course, sometimes it's just, you know, politics change and you have Democratic board members versus, you know, like having Republican board members in there. So that makes sense. And then some of them I know went to private companies. But one of the guys who's like an ex-director over there was like a huge supporter of Polymarkets, and he ended up leaving. So I wouldn't say it's all tied to things like that. Some people just get some better jobs and they can't really say no or turn it down for their family, which I understand. I think that's really it that's going on out there. Should we go over Vitalik's thread? Some of my perspective on where the Ethereum Foundation is going. First of all, this is my only view. The board is not just me, and I have no extra special powers on the board that the other board members do not. And then he tagged this guy,
Everyone goes along.
Is the one executing much of the transition. My input has been largely on technical questions. The board is in the process of expanding, and my own power with the organization will continue to decrease, which is honestly what I want. Maybe not what I want from a founder, but okay. The 2025 era brought my important improvements to Ethereum Foundation and its ability to execute. Many issues were resolved, and Ethereum Foundation continued to benefit from its improved efficiency and great focus on concrete goals to this day. And so, with those problems resolved earlier this year, the largest remaining hole that I perceived was something different nagging at me. I would regularly spot people saying things like, Vitalik says these beautiful things, and Ethereum needing to be decentralized and have privacy and be a sanctuary technology. But why does the Ethereum Foundation's actions not reflect that? Now, you may have been hearing something different. You may not have been sensing a feeling of crisis at all. And maybe we're hearing people saying that finally we're taking execution and BD seriously. And the main task for us is keep going the way and be even better and faster. Then probably there is genuine difference between you and me in what kinds of criticism I take most seriously and what kinds of criticism through their criticism are most able to make me feel pain. As an analogy, my bad. Let's briefly switch over to different domain. One belief you can have about Google is that it's a success story and has brought a lot of good to humanity and organizations in organizing the world's information. Another belief you can have about Google is that they had a beautiful, idealistic beginning. But at some point, the corruption of mainstream corporate attitudes sped in, and then slowly, bit by bit, completely abandoned the "Don't be evil" slogan. My belief on Google specifically is probably somewhere between the two. But if you had taken me back in time to 2008 and offered me a button to press to make Google 1 or 2 standard deviations more dogmatic, give Richard Stallman permanent veto power over some key policies, I would immediately press it. Why? Because a choice for one company is not the choice for the world or even one country. Google existed and exists in the context of technology industry, generally drifting away from the idealistic "don't be evil" roots and towards greed for financial gain. Totalizing visuals of accelerated superintelligence, infiltration by sociopaths, and craven capitalization to worsen active participation in government pressure for ideological control, surveillance, and war. And so, one company doing something different, positioning itself to be what George Bernard Shaw called the unreasonable man, resisting the trend of the times. What would have better for freedom, balance of power, and stability of society as a whole than all large companies bending to dominant trends? This is part of my version of polarianism or polarism. Yeah, pluralism. My bad. Like like you're going to
Pluralism.
like you're going to an EDM fest. This line of thinking is not just me, but it's also not too far off from Aya and others had in mind with the mandate. Now, why does all this get
Who's
to the
Aya?
role? I guess someone on the Ethereum Foundation.
Oh, right. That person. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That person
Ethereum
you mentioned
Foundation
ages ago in it.
is not a center of Ethereum. Rather, Ethereum Foundation is one node with a defined purpose alongside other nodes. We always said that the Ethereum Foundation should be the latter, but many in the Ethereum ecosystem and even within the Ethereum Foundation want us to be the former. Now, we are taking action to ensure that we will be the latter. There is particularly important because Ethereum Foundation is a limited organization with limited resources.
Can you stop there for a sec? What was the ladder there? I've missed it.
Let's see. He wants to be like in between like the the evil roots and the sociopaths and the infiltration and the ideological controls of violence and war. He basically wants to take the latter and be more for freedom. And so he basically wants to make sure that like they don't become like a dominant superpower that caves into capitalism.
Okay, well, that's good.
We've always said that the Ethereum Foundation should be the latter, but many in the Ethereum ecosystem, even within the Ethereum Foundation, wanted us to be the former. Now we are taking action to ensure that we will be the latter. This is particularly important because Ethereum Foundation is a limited organization with limited resources and limited organizational capacity. The Ethereum Foundation has only 0.16% of all ETH, less than many other individual ETH holders, whereas among other blockchains, it's common for the central foundation to have 10 to 50%. Fiscally, the Ethereum Foundation was originally designed to fulfill a limited work scope defined in the token sale docs and other pre-launch materials, building the chain software, getting through Frontier Homestead, Metropolis, and Serenity, which was fully completed in 2022. It was not designed to be an external steward. And so today, the Ethereum Foundation is choosing to use its remaining resources to pursue longevity over breadth. Yes, this means we will sell less ETH. The Ethereum Foundation focuses specifically on those activities critical to the success of Ethereum as a censorship, capture-resistant, open, and private secure system that would not happen otherwise. This means making hard choices and in some cases even activities that were highly approved of the people that we highly respect becoming outside of the Ethereum Foundation. People are great technical talent. Public respect and even alignment with the mission and crops being outside the Ethereum Foundation is in fact necessary. If we want important tasks to be able to attract outside capital, this means the Ethereum Foundation taking opinionated stands culturally. This is all intended in cooperation with all parts of Ethereum. We recognize that many parts of the Ethereum world highly respect crops and related values. But highly respecting is not the same as choosing to specialize and totally dedicate to a domain. Compare in a different domain. I think reducing animal cruelty is important. And I like vegan food, but I'm not full unconditional vegan myself. Ethereum Foundation is still a transition period, and we expect its new long-term form to stabilize over the next few months. We are the guiding principles of this new form. Again, I'm the only person, but I can give my answer from a technical perspective. There are also critical non-technical aspects. At the core, Ethereum must be impressive. We are living in an age of highly intelligent AI and all kinds of other technologies' acceleration. Status quo EVM. With a hard fork or a 2-year to optimize for short-term needs of users is not interesting. To some, impressive means 250 millisecond latency and 1 minute and 1 million TPS. I think Ethereum trying to go that route is a mistake. Being as fast and as scalable as possible and only a small epsilon more decentralized than others is a route to mediocrity. And if we try it, we will lose. Well, yeah, usually the faster you are, the more centralized you are. But, I think Ethereum should scale. But I think Ethereum should strive the hardest to deeply impressive in a different dimension, the crops dimension. This means things like probably bug-free Ethereum. This is a goal that all cybersecurity researchers would have thought is absurd and impossible. But until roughly 6 months ago, now it's the cusp of being possible, thanks to AI-assisted formal verification. So we should be front runners in doing this. Also, front running your transactions. Available chain consensus. Ethereum is, with lean consensus, will continue to be the only chain that has both traditional BFT style properties and it's safe under asynchrony up to high level of fault tolerance. And in the Bitcoin proof of work style property, that under synchrony, it's safe up to 49% attackers. As far as I can tell, literally no other chain has this or is planning for it. Bitcoin goes for only the most other chains for it. Okay. Some will remember I fought hard for this, unreasonably insisting that it is not okay for Ethereum to rely on social consensus and hard forks to rescue Ethereum from 34% of nodes going offline. It's okay for chains like Hyperledger, BNB, Solana, Tempo, etc. It's not okay for Bitcoin or Ethereum or e.g. Zcash. Intermediary minimization. The fact that smart contract wallets, protocols like Railgun, etc., have to send transactions through intermediaries to get included on chain is honestly embarrassing, and it's a constant point of fragility. Hence, the work on FOCIL and EIP 8141 and 7701 and years of work before to make transaction sending intermediary minimized. With public mempool and strong inclusion properties, it is a truly general purpose way that covers not just e.g. SECP 256R1 and other privacy protocols and much more. Kohaku is pushing intermediary minimization at the user level, pulling Ethereum away from the dystopian status quo world where our wallets don't even verify the chain. Send your private data to a dozen third-party servers and towards a brighter crops future. Some of these goals are unreasonable. Maybe Ethereum would be fine getting only 50% of the way. What if we depend on intermediaries but make it easy to switch? But going 50% of the way would not make Ethereum deeply impressive to the crops way. So we push for 100%. Unfortunately, all these goals are compatible with high TPS, and this is a major focus of research, especially on scaling the state. Well-designed L2s can also help, especially L2s optimized for specific applications. Example, high volume trading, privacy. These goals are more compatible with significantly lower time slots thanks to the Rawls work on erasure code, P2P, and many other optimizations. The most high value product of the Ethereum blockchain, financially speaking, is ETH, the asset. Ethereum secures 250 billion of ETH. The types of properties of Ethereum that I mentioned above are very good for ETH, the asset. Nearly 90% of my net worth is in ETH, and most of the remainder is 40 million of on-chain fiat, of which every dollar has already been allocated for some open source biotech or software or hardware initiative. That said, there are aspects of supporting ETH, the asset, that are outside the scope of the Ethereum Foundation. This is where we need to be heroes, some of whom more ETH than the Ethereum Foundation does, to step in and help. Ethereum has been recently thinking about how it would relate to other such organizations and give them needed initial support. Ethereum Foundation would be a smaller ship than in previous years, a more opinionated one, in some cases, more opinionated in ways that might be difficult to comprehend, but a longer lasting one and one suited to making sure that the Ethereum brings something meaningful to the world. We are grateful for all those steps, and outside the Ethereum Foundation, we are helping to make this happen. So there you go. The price has dropped down though after that.
I mean, yeah, they constantly makes sense given they're constantly selling the token regardless of
Yeah. Wow. Ethereum Foundation. I'm a little in between on that, but I do like that they're going to stick to their guns. And I do like the prioritizing safety. And of course, I do want more traditional financial technologies to be able to use Ethereum. And I don't want them just to build their own thing. I want there to be something for the people. So if they don't upgrade, someone will build their own thing and the financial rails for it. But if they upgrade too fast, they might hurt decentralization and security. So I'm very in between. I'm interested to see what they're going to be opinionated on. But it's not bad. It's actually pretty good.
yeah.
What do you think, Yeti?
Like, I think it's like I like Vitalik, even though he's like a weirdo and feeling that sounds pretty good. It's like what like I don't like what happened with Google is obviously not great, is it?
No. I agree.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have investors, though. They end up wanting to see it become something that you don't. I didn't know they hold that little of ETH, though.
I mean, how are they constantly selling it then if they hold that little of it?
I don't know. Maybe he's doing it personally.
Like, I swear it was the foundation that was doing it.
I think they
All
want
of his
to know.
tweets are so dense as well. Like, they're like, even with them in front of you, they're quite dense. But listening to it read out, it's hard to. I don't know. I feel like I'd need it in front of me to really like understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
But the general vibe of it, I like. Don't be evil. That's a good how they got away with getting rid of that as a motto. I don't know.
Don't be evil. It's good not to be evil.
Yeah, good not to be evil. And then, but like, intentionally going like, nah, we're not going to have that as our slogan anymore. That doesn't scream trustworthy, does it?
Yeah, no. Does not. I see Peter is the only one who came over to this game.
Yeah, that's good. He's obviously listening,
Thanks, Peter.
or he just saw it going on in there. Who knows?
Pretty good. All right. Do you want to end the stream today?
Yeah, let's do it. Yep.
All right. Well, it's good to see everyone out there today. Thanks for listening in. Thanks for talking about ETH a little bit. You guys enjoy. Be careful. It's hack season out there. So, don't use secure wallet for anything that you're not willing to get it drained for. So make sure you put all of your larger funds and assets in a cold storage wallet. And then, make sure that you check your computer, use an AI system to run through to find any malware. But just be careful out there, guys. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.